Hello everyone and good morning to the students of grade 5. Today's lesson is going to be grammar, which is punctuation. In the punctuation, we have already learned some punctuation tools like the commas, the quotation marks, and end marks. So he mentioned here at the beginning of the lesson in Readers and Writers Notebook, page 432, you will find in the box about punctuation is that you have already learned about punctuation such as commas, quotation marks, and end marks. But here are some other kinds of punctuation, guys. Like the first one in here, this is a colon. A colon, like this one, it means like a point and you put another one above. This is a colon. A colon is used to introduce a list of items. It's also used to separate hours and minutes and expressions of time. In addition, it's used after the salutation in a business letter. Salutation, it means like when you greet somebody, greetings in a business letter. So use these ingredients of something. It means the items that are put together in order to make something. Like for example, when we put rice with pasta with something like this, we make a kind of food. So when we put 2 eggs, 1 cup of flour, and a stick of butter, this all of it are the ingredients of a specific kind of food. And don't forget that they put in here, after the word ingredients, they put in here the colon. A colon, you put the colon if you want to introduce a list of items. So I only put the colon if I want to introduce a list of items. Introduce a list of items, it means I want to write a list of items like in here. If you want to write all the list of items like that, so you have to put in here a colon. This is number 1. As well, we can put a colon with the time. Like when I say, for example, it's 10:30 or 10:30 in here, so I write 10 and then I put a colon and then 30. So it's gonna be 10 and the colon and 30. It will be 10:30 or 10:30. 9:15, like this one in here. Before the hours and after the hours and before the minutes, I put in the middle the colon. And in here, dear Ms. Glover, and I put what? I put the colon. And in here, sir, and the column. So this is the first one. This is the colon. So we use the colon in order to introduce a list of items, like the first one in here. And number 2, we put it in between the hours and the minutes in introducing the time. And number 3, we put it in here if we are talking to somebody in a salutation, for example, or in a letter. We start writing dear Miss, the name of a person that we are talking to or we are sending to him the letter. And then we put the colon and the word sir and a colon. This is number 1. This is the colon. The second one, we have a hyphen. What is a hyphen? A hyphen is this symbol in here. The symbol in here is a hyphen. This is the hyphen. So hyphen is used in some compound words. We use the hyphen in some compound words or to common uses or numbers from 21 to 29 and the compound words that are thought of as one word. So we use only the hyphen. I put this symbol in here, the hyphen. In the numbers, this is common for everybody, is that between 20 and 1, I put a hyphen in here with all the numbers from number 21 till number 91. So 21 till 31, 41, 51, 90, 91, 71, like this, guys. We put a hyphen here in between. That's number 1. And number 2, we put a hyphen between 2 words that they are thought of one word. Like for example, when I say old time music, the word old time here, I put a hyphen because I want to talk about old time as one word in here. Old time music. Best known book. 49. 5-year-old boy. Why did I put 2 hyphens in here? Because I want to say that 5-year-old, those 3 words in here thought as one word. Okay, guys? And by the way, 5-year-old in here, I put it like that because it's an adjective for the noun that full with, the noun the boy, okay? So this is number 2. Number 3, I have the semicolon. If you look in here at the first one, you will find that this is a colon, 2 points like that. But the semicolon is a point and a comma like this. So a semicolon, a point and a comma, can be used to join 2 independent clauses instead of a comma, and a conjunction. So if I have a conjunction, for example, or if I want to link between 2 sentences, 2 independent conjunctions or 2 independent clauses like this, like jazz is a mixture of different types of music. This is about jazz. Okay, jazz is a mixture of different types of music. Jazz is a mixture of different types of music, and here New Orleans was its birthplace. So if you look in the 2 sentences, guys, you will find that they are 2 independent clauses. I told you before about independent. It means that the sentence can stand alone without any help from any other sentences or any part of sentences. So New Orleans was its birthplace. I can put this one alone. And jazz is a mixture of different types of music. I can put it alone, or the sentence in here can stand alone. That's why I said it's independent in here, okay? This is the semicolon. Number 4, I have italics or underlinings. We put italics. Italics, guys, it means like when I write the something like this, and you can find it only in printing texts or in printing books. You will find the titles, the written like this one in here. Italic, it means that they bend to the right a little bit. And underlines, we put underline in here and the underline in here because this is a title of a book, a magazine, or a story. The last one is a dash in here, like this symbol in here, sets of information or a comment that instructs the flow of a sentence. Okay, like this one in here, jazz had developed many styles, and then dash, bebop and Dixieland, for example, by 1940. If I put in here, guys, if I put the dash in here or even in here, it means that I separate the sentence like this, or I divide the sentence like this, because I want to instruct the sentence by writing something important. So jazz had developed many styles, and then I instructed the sentence to write what are the styles that I'm talking about, bebop and Dixieland. And for example, and then we put the time. That's why we put dash, guys. We put dash because we want to set off information or a comment. We want to put a comment or any information about the previous. For example, I did right here, bebop and Dixieland, because I want to show the reader about the styles of jazz that I'm talking about. Okay, guys, that's our lesson for today for the grammar. And if we look down in here, you will find that rewrite each sentence on the lines, add punctuation where it's needed. Number 1, Jenny is writing a how-to book titled You Can Do Most Anything. In here, you'll find that Jenny is writing, it's okay, we did write it as it is. And then a how-to book. Teacher, when you put in here a hyphen, this is a hyphen, guys, this is not a dash. The difference between the hyphen and the dash is that the hyphen is short while the dash is longer, like this one, it's long. So a how-to, why you put a hyphen here? I told you we put a hyphen between 2 words when we mention them as one word, or we want to tell the reader that this is a one word. So a how-to book titled You Can Do Most Anything. Why did you put underline in here? You can do most anything, because this is a title of a book. Number 2, the first show is at 8 p.m. The second is at 10:30 p.m. Oh, something that is messing in here. So let's go. It will be the first show is at 8. Yes, what you put in here, that 2 points, I told you before, they are colon. Colon, the first one in here, they are colon. Okay? So this is a colon. Why you put a colon here? Because I put a colon between the hours and the minutes to separate them. and then in here I put the word PM, and then I put what? Look at this one, semicolon. Why semicolon in here? Yes, I told you semicolon can separate the two independent classes, like this one here. The second is at 10:30 p.m. Why you put semicolon again, teacher? Because this sentence, the first one, or the first part of the sentence, can stand alone, and the second part of the sentence can stand alone. That's why I said independent class. Number 3, Cuthbert, we call him Chep, is my best friend. So I said Cuthbert, and then I make a dash. Why you put a dash in here? Because I want to interrupt the flaw of the sentence, because I want to write in here an information or a comment about Cuthbert. I did write about Cuthbert is that we call him Chep, and then another dash because I want to interrupt the sentence again to put a comment or to set off information, like it's my best friend. Who is a Chep? Is my best friend. Who is Cuthbert? We call him Chep. You got it? Number 4, May made a last-minute effort to learn 22 songs. I put May as it is. This is a name, and it must be capitalized, and they did it. They did it already. May made a last-minute effort to learn 22 songs. In here you will find that I put a last minute. In here I put a hyphen because a last-minute effort. It means that last minute in here is one word, or is considered as one word. And take care, guys. This is an extra information for you. The hyphen, when you put a hyphen and that links between two words to consider them as one word, like this one in here, they must be an adjective to the noun that follows them. They must be an adjective to the noun that follows them. To learn 22, and in here 22 songs as well. Teacher, why you put in here hyphen? Because I told you from numbers from 21 till 91 we put a hyphen. This is the last one in here, guys. I want you to revise the lesson again, and I hope you understand it. Let's go to the second part of today's lesson, which is the writing. About writing today, we have a review. I'm going to show you today how to write a review for books or songs or poems, about anything, guys. But before we start, we have to know what is a review. Listen in here, and I'm going to discuss this with you after the listening.
Examine something, such as a short review. A review examines something, such as a short story, novel, work of art, or movie, and offers a final evaluation of it. The student model on the next...
Yes, so guys, in here, when I say review, it means examines something. When you, for example, write a review about the Hindenburg, the last comprehension skill about the Hindenburg, or the last story about Hindenburg, if I ask you to write a review about this story, you're going to tell me, teacher, I have to read the Hindenburg, all of it first. And number 2, I have to examine it. Examine it, it means to find all the information that I can. They try to find the information as much as you can. And then try to write the summary of it. Not the summary of the novel, but you're going to put what? You're going to put an evaluation of it. Evaluation, like how, like, for example, if you look in here, you will find that they write review of True Tales of the American West in here. For example, I forgot to tell you about the pages, page 426 and 427 in Reading Street. This is a review of True Tales of the American West. We're going to listen to this part, and I'm going to tell you what I mean in the first part of the lesson about review. Listen.
Student model. Review of True Tales of the American West. I recently read the magazine article, True Tales of the American West by Hale Chisholm. The article told about the lives of 6 American pioneers, a cowboy, a cowgirl, a gold seeker, a Pony Express rider, a farmer, and a rancher.
Yes, so guys, in the first part in here about this review, in the first part, you'll find that they mentioned the guy that did write about this story or about this article. Yes, it's an article. So the guy that did write about this article in here, he showed us first. It's talking about what. So in here, in the first paragraph, you have to mention what this article is about or what is the book about. This is number one. And number two, you're gonna talk about the article itself, like in here. When
This article really brought the period alive. I felt as if I knew what it was like to step into a stirrup, ride like the wind, herd cattle, and break wild mustangs. Mr. Chisholm says these brave men and women from the early American...
And even, guys, you can extract some lines. You can extract some lines from the text, from the article, from the magazine, and you can support your writing using this part. So to recap all that, let's recap it quickly, guys. Today's lesson in the writing is review. Review, it means that you're gonna examine something like an article, like a poem, like a book. You read it all and then examine it. Examine it, it means to know all the information about it, and then you start writing your evaluation about it. That's the meaning of review. So you write your evaluation for the people to know you like this story or you do not like it, like that, guys, okay? Do not forget to write the title in the middle. The first paragraph should be as an introduction to the art or to the thing that you're gonna evaluate. You are talking about a book, so you have to put in here the main idea of the book. For example, you are writing about an article, so you have to show us this article is about what, like that, and then you continue writing your evaluation about it. I hope you understand, guys, and we are going to discuss all your questions next Thursday in the online session. Until then, stay safe and sound, guys. Love you all. See you tomorrow with a new lesson. Bye.